So today, beautiful women, what I want to challenge you to do is really reach out to a woman and let her know how her example has affected you. So, onward for today. You guys know my life's work, right, is to put more money in the hands of more women. And I always talk about shoes and bags are wonderful. That's lovely, especially if you appreciate the beauty and the art and the eye of the people who created them, right? That's so wonderful. But that money is also the most powerful tool we have access to today. And that's why I want it in the hands of more women. And as your business mentor, one of the things I want to talk to you about is treating your business like it's a hobby. I want to talk about how you're worried about how other people perceive your business versus how well the business is actually doing. I want to talk about who you're hiring and why. What difference is it making for them? What are they learning just by being around you, right? I get so excited when the video editor calls me and she's like, Sarah, I'm like this every time you talk. I'm like, that's awesome. Learn it. Go, run. That makes me so happy. Or when the podcast editor is like, Sarah, this one was awesome. I just want you to know I just did this and this and this because of what you said. Oh my gosh, how can life get any more fulfilling, right? You have the same thing going on in your businesses. The way that you talk about your business, the way you talk about your passions, the way you talk about your next project, the way that you introduce people to what you do. Listen, you don't know who's watching. And a lot of the times the people you're watching don't know about you and the impact it's having on you. Right? So it just keeps snowballing, you guys. And so what I want you to do, here's your personal challenge for today, okay? Call or text. I promised you guys I'd give you a personal challenge today. Call or text a woman who's been an influence in your life. And this can be a colleague, it can be a friend, it could be someone you just watch online who doesn't even know you exist. I don't care. It could be your aunt, it could be a grandma, it could be your own mother. This is about the conversations you have with other women. And I'm out to bust this BS myth that working with women is messy and women gossip. It's such crap. And you can be part of that change too. Don't participate in that. Let's flip the powerful conversations you're having to be those of acknowledgement, of appreciation, and of sisterhood. And one of the ways I'm going to challenge you to do that right now is to change the conversations you have today. And I want you to reach out to women who have made a difference for you and let them know. I'll tell you guys, I don't know how this works. Because, sometimes I can get woo-woo, but I'm not that woo-woo. I don't know how it works, but every single time I'm feeling sad or something happens with my family, my extended family, or something like that happens, I'll get a thank you note from a client or a student. And I cannot tell you how that just flips a day around. It means so much. And you know that. You've been on the receiving end of that, where you're just doing what you know to do. You're just doing your thing. You're just going about your day. And somebody says thank you or I saw that. It changes everything. Let's say thank you to each other. Let's acknowledge each other. Let's start to create this society that we want to see for women. And that's going to start with us. And so inside of this idea that our lives are built out of conversations, the reason that matters, you guys, I'm going to say something that's a little bit existential, sort of, but I want you to sit with it for a minute. And that is the truth, I'm actually calling it that, the truth that our lives are made up of the day-to-day conversations that we have. Just stay with me for a second. Your entire life is created by the conversations you're having or not having. So the conversations you're having with yourself in the shower, yes, those count because you're listening, right? The conversations you have with your significant other, with your colleagues, with your friends, with your family, with your neighbors, with your community, with your religious institutions. Those conversations make up your life. And so, in the coaching industry, which I'm in a fight with right now, as you know, there's the whole change your mindset, change your life, sort of. Change your conversations, change your life. Now, some of that's mindset, sure. Like I'm changing your mindset now about what it is to be a woman today. To be a woman today, you need to be lifting up other women. That's part of our jobs right now. Our jobs as women right now, especially after the Me Too movement, after the social uproar we saw, this is our job, you guys, because we're the ones holding it, right? We're the shock absorbers of society. We know this. So we're the ones who are going to have to handle this for now. It might change soon, but right now it's at our feet. And we can choose what to do with it. And if we start to change these conversations from, oh my God, my boss is such a boom, right? to hurt people. I can't imagine what she had to go through to get to that position. How can I let her know that's not the reality anymore? How can I be her ally and help her relax and let her see that she's safe now? Big difference, right? You can call that mindset. I call it conversations. The conversations you're having in your head, right, which is mindset, and then what you actually share. And this part's more important because what you share out there has the possibility to alter how other people view their own lives. Like I said, the thank you notes. It alters how someone else views their life that day. And that's the power you have to just say thank you, or I see you. I know what you're going through. What was it like for you? How can I support you? And it is true, you guys, with the power of social media, which you know I also fight with regularly, but with that power, you don't know who's watching, right? I always tell you guys when you do your heartfelt posts or you put up something on Instagram, you're like, nobody liked it. You don't know who read it. You don't. And you don't know the impact it had, and you have to trust that. And it's hard sometimes when everyone's looking at like stats, right? What are my likes? How many comments? That's not the value. I don't care if it's one person whose life you alter because you shared something. You may not know about that. And you've got to trust that. You had a reason to post that. You had something pulling at you to share about your business, your life, your work. Because conversations create the life we have. And that's something, how many of you have seen the Mormon murder thing? Just out of curiosity, because there's one point where someone asks the question, if something is false, but everybody else validates it as true, is it true? Right? Because if we look at our social contracts, they're true, they're real, because we all agree to it, because we all say so. We all say, this is a bracelet, right? We all agree on that. We all agree that racism is bad. And if you don't believe that, please don't be on this page, right? That's something we agree to. And before, we agreed that slavery was okay. You see what I'm saying? That social contract is created because everybody says it's true. But does that make it true? The conversations about women are true because so many people have said they are, but can we change that? Can we alter that? And we know we can. The women can vote. Those 15,000 women who marched in New York City made it true that we could vote by talking about what was not okay anymore. Because it had been okay up until then, and now it's not. It had been okay not to be anti-racist. Now it's not. Can you see how this is happening? This is why our voices matter. It's why I want you to make more money. Sure, I want you to have all the material stuff you want if that's what you're after, but it's more than that, isn't it? It's so much deeper than that. It's about continuing to have your voice count and start to change what's true. And suddenly the truth of that starts to shift for people. And they can see not only are people living inside that truth, but some people are starting to peek outside of the veil of it. Remember, I call it the veil of ignorance, and how we don't know about an experience until we've gone through it. And the more that we all pull at our own veils of ignorance, the more successful we'll be, because we'll be able to talk to more people and communicate effectively. And we know the conversations create your life. Please today reach out to the women who have impacted you, who have inspired you, who've taught you something, who've made a difference for you in any way. Please go let them know. Let's lift up as many women as we can today. I love you to pieces. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.